This is my favorite place on the Sweetwater River.
Good morning. This is a favorite place of mine on the Sweetwater River, which really isn't a river until after it rains, then it can be a river, but there's also, I'm told, an underground river. That's why it is so green. Bella and I are walking this morning again in the desert, and we've come to our oasis place. And this time all the way through October, you've got to start early if you're going to walk out here in this desert.
The landscape of my oasis in the desert, which technically isn't desert, is probably my favorite spot in Southern California. Before I had 2 major back surgeries, I was walking between 35-40 miles a week, mostly right here. I still take my desert walks, but maybe my terrain is a little bit lighter and a little bit less. Sometimes we take off and we go to the real desert, and I love that too. There's something about the desert and the mountains that's contemplative for me. Let me stop and just be, not do and think, which usually means thinking about what I should be doing. It's good to have a companion with you on your journey, whether on the desert, the ocean, the woods, or wherever it is you go to just be. Bella is a great little companion, and as you can see, I'm not the only priest who has taken his dog to the desert. But we all need friends we can share our thoughts and our journey stories with. We also need an oasis, a place of comfort, of healing, a place of soul searching, and also of rest. A place where the cool breeze refreshes our body, our soul, deep down.
I facilitate an interfaith luncheon meeting once a month. It's made up of leaders from East County, San Diego East County. And we have a special kind of fellowship. I like to think it's a koinonia fellowship. It's a close fellowship. You know, we have that same koinonia fellowship in the leadership of the ELCA Homeless and Justice Network, which I've been a part of for about 4 years. We've been meeting a couple times a year, but now we're online. We don't know how long, but we're online. And we're looking forward to developing that same kind of fellowship, that koinonia fellowship with you all in this next 6 months. Our meetings are going to be 8 meetings, about 2 hours at a time. We'll start out together and we'll go into breakout rooms, come back together and finish. Over the next few months, we'll be looking at a series of topics, and one of the topics we'll be starting with is theology, the theology of discipleship, which I like to call formation, or a rule of life. When I graduated from seminary many years ago, I became a chaplain in residence for the VA hospital after I was ordained. And I was out one afternoon with a couple of my friends who were both chaplains, a rabbi and imam. And this isn't a joke. And we're chatting, and the rabbi turns to the imam and she says, "You know, Judaism and Islam are much alike. It's a cultural thing. It affects their entire way of life." Then she turns to me and says, "David, I don't want you to be offended by this, but Christianity is more of an encounter kind of thing. It has to do more about what you're doing on Sunday or other special days." I was taken aback, because for me, Christianity is a way of life. It's a rule of life. It's the way I live my life every day of my life. I did find it sobering and interesting that my Muslim and Jewish friends didn't see it that way. Gives one pause, doesn't it? But right now, I want to encourage you. In the middle of all of our important work, we all need to find an oasis, a place to come away and be at rest, and find encouragement, healing, and refreshment. And we need to find companions to share the journey with us. That's what we want to do with you over the next few months as we meet together. So as Roy Rogers and Dale Evans would say, happy trails to you until we meet again.